Hi guys, welcome to the new video of this Linux tutorial series. In this video, we will discuss the command that will be mostly used by the developers, that is developing scripts or by the DevOps engineers. Okay, so the command name I will give you very quickly. The command name is alias and unalias. So very quickly, let's see what is the use of it. So let's say one developer wants to run multiple commands always at once. It's not like that he wants to run, let's say, the date, cal, or some echo command. It's not like that first date, cal, then echo. No, he wants to run date, then cal, and echo, and many more commands together. So instead of writing this many commands, we can set alias for this multiple commands, or any command we can set alias. Even though we can set alias for single command also. Now, what alias means? It's alias is a shortcut. You can say shortcut to refer some command. Okay. Now, what does it means is, if let me move to the terminal and how we can see it. Let's see. If I'm writing date or cal, I can set alias for these commands. Okay. Now, in alias we have an option to see how many alias always like is there in the system as of now. So hyphen t option we can see. See, there's many aliases we have in the current system. Okay. Now, if you want to set an alias for command, the syntax is like you have to follow the syntax. What you need to first write a alias as a keyword, then some name, or this name is just equal to the shortcut to your command. Then equal to then this quotes and then the command inside the quotes. Okay. So now after setting an alias, you can, instead of writing this whole command, what you can do is you can write this shortcut also, or this name we have given. But some of the constraint is there in setting up a name, that you can't keep a name as alias or an alias. This two will not be your keywords. So let me show it to you. Alias I'm writing and D I'm writing, then in a double quotes I'm writing date. But before, let me show you. If I write D and enter, it's saying command not found. But if I now set an alias for a D is my shortcut to which command? Quotes, and the command inside that quotes. So D is my shortcut to command date. Now if I do D, C, it's not giving me an error now. Same for C, if I do, it's giving me an error. But if I set an alias for a command called cal, and if I do C now, it's not giving me an error. And how you can see, alias hyphen P is the option to see. And from here you can see C, cal, D, date, it's like that. But if I try to set some alias with the name alias only to some command, it's set up already. But now if I do alias only, see, it given me, you can write it like this also. See, it's working with echo, fine, but it's not a good practice that keyword name is also this alias, and the name is also an alias only. Now, if I do alias hyphen p, you can see this option. See, before what happening is, before I am writing alias hyphen p, it's showing me all the aliases set in a system. Okay. Now it's showing me hyphen p. Why? Because now alias is not working as a keyword, it is working as an echo. That's why it's recommended not to set the name as alias or an alias. Now let me quickly remove this. What I done is, I will tell you what is the use of an alias command, but yeah, now you can see again come all the aliases. Don't think it in this way like alias is used to set a shortcut or keyword to some command, or very small command. I can say like only date I am setting D. It will not take a time for me to write D and then enter, or write date and enter. It's very simple, both the commands. Or C or cal, again both the commands are very small. But I given these things just for an example or just for the explanation. But think it in this way, like there is two big command, and for that you want to set an alias. Now if you know Kubernetes or Docker, In Docker, we have a command called docker run, then -dit. Then I will have to give name and then image name, something like that. So we can set the alias of this command. What? Only D. Now we can replace this big command with D hyphen hyphen name and image. So that is the use of alias to set a keyword or shortcut of any big command. If you know kubectl or Kubernetes, then there is a command called kubectl get pods. What you can do is you can KGP this command. So instead of writing it again and again, you can make a shortcut of it. So let me show you one demo of this with a very big command. I am writing date, then cal, okay, then echo name, then let's say I'm writing it again called sleep 10, something like that. So see, I'm running four commands together. First is date, you can see, then cal, then echo, and then it's not giving me terminal back because sleep 10 is running. Now, if I want to set an alias for this, then I can use it like alias as a keyword. Then I can set it like a combo of ds. My command name is ds. Let me do in this way. Only keep it till here. And if I now write ds, sorry, my mistake. What we have to do is we have to do in this way. See, now it's giving me in the ds date, cal, and echo. We can run multiple commands and we'll set up a shortcut for this. But you need to understand one more thing. If I open the terminal again and if I write ds or d or c command not found, now you need to understand there are two type of aliases. First is the temporary one, another is the permanent one. Now temporary means for the current terminal that is open, for that terminal only your alias will work. That is temporary. Permanent, you have to change some system files to make it permanent. Few of the system files you can think of like .bashrc file is one of the file in which you have to write some entry to make this alias permanent. How we can do? Let's see. Now if I write alias ds name and then date cal and sleep, or I can say echo like this, and if I do ds now, if I open a bashrc file, it's in the current directory in the bashrc. At the end of this file, what you have to do is you have to do write the as it is thing whatever you said there, ds this date cal and echo. So this file is to make the alias permanent. Now what does it mean is ds. If I exit now and if I again open a terminal back and if I do ds, see, before it's showing command not found, but now it's showing ds is valid command. Now what bashrc file you don't need to worry about it, just next session after this is on bashrc file only. This is some scripting file or scripting language you can think. We can set up some functions, we can set up the variables, we can write a command. But you can, as of now, you can think every time when we open a bash shell or the terminal, this is the very first file that will execute when we open a bash shell or terminal. That's why whenever we opening a new, when we are opening this bash or terminal, automatically this last line is running automatically. That's why automatically every time at every opening of every bash shell, this alias is setting automatically. Okay. Now there is another command that is called unalias. Let's say I have multiple alias. For D I have date. For cal I have C. Okay. C. All the things are working. DS is also working. Then unalias, what we can do is unalias is to remove that shortcut to command. So the syntax of it is this: unalias as a keyword. Then the name. What name is? I already told you in the syntax. D is the name, C is the name, or DS is the name. That means shortcut or reference is the name. If I do D now, it will remove your unalias or it will remove your alias. See, now D is not there, and if I write D, command not found. C is here. Same if I do alias, unalias C, if I show you this file again, C is not there, and if I write C, command not found. So that's how we can remove the aliases. And if you want to remove all the aliases, then the command is unalias and hyphen A. I am not running this command, but this is the option that to remove all the aliases. So that is all about the alias and unalias, how the programmer will use the alias and alias command to make the things effective. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, and if you have any doubts, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn or post your doubts on comment box. Thank you.